Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the last episode of 2022 on this channel. I want to talk about why the world is a stage for better or for worse, and for more or for less. Now, I just want to give a huge shout out to all of the subscribers and the comments and the likes over the past few months. I started this channel. I officially started making videos in May of this year, and then I didn't make another video until late summer. And it wasn't until about late October, early November is when I really started to get some more traction to this channel. And I went from 5 subscribers in November 1st or something like that to over 1,000 in about a month and a half, 2 months. So I'm really just thankful for everybody, and I'm just glad that this content is useful and informative to a lot of different people out there. That is my goal, is to help provide a different perspective, a spiritual perspective, and just a more wholesome perspective to life. And just this has just given me the inspiration and the courage to keep going. So with that being said, the biggest lessons that I've learned of 2022 is, well, there's 3 really main ones that I want to talk about. Is number 1 is sometimes life is more about asking the right questions than it is having all the answers. Number 2 is keep it real, keep it simple, keep it real simple. And then number 3 is love and laugh with those that you care for. But more importantly, know whether the ones that you care for actually love you in return. If this is not the case, it is best to remove yourself from this relationship equation and hold your peace, or find somewhere else to be more, where you're going to be appreciated and when you're actually going to be acknowledged. And if you don't have peace in your life, and you have maybe everything else, do you really have anything at all? That is the main question that I've learned also this year, is just going back to that first lesson about asking the right questions, is that peace of mind is really, and unity with God really, as far as just being one and keeping God first, for me has been and has become my top priority. And anything that doesn't fall under that needs to be let go. So some YouTube goals for 2023 then is, I'd like to hit about 5,000 subscribers within the next 6 months to 12 months. I understand that there are a lot of different ways to go about this. However, I don't really mind flying under the radar. I don't think this is a channel that's going to be very popular up until later. I think there's going to be a lot of things to come within this next year or two, within the world and the matrix and just everything in the universe going on right now, that are going to be revealed. And I'm okay with building a solid foundation first, where people know me and I'm at my roots. That's really one thing that I'm really looking forward to, is just making sure that I have the grassroots laid out before launching into a more what would you say, seeable, more seeable content. I want to make sure that me and my subscribers and anybody that watches my channel, anybody that knows me, knows who I am and what I'm about. And it's become clear to me that also a lot of the people in the YouTuberverse, apart from this channel, of course, the subscribers here, but a lot of people seem to want to watch stuff that makes them stupid and foolish. like I'll see, like I was going the other day on just like top videos, trending videos on YouTube, because I didn't know what was trending really. I didn't know what was popular. And I was just like, I'm going to go check it out. And I saw a bunch of like gaming videos and all that, and some of them were including things like Minecraft, and I just thought to myself like, this is really like, there is no high road or low road in life, but there is things that fill you up and things that drain you, and then there's things that you just consume. And if you're just going to consume things, then you might as well not even be a participant in the world. And that's really what I also want to encourage my viewers and anybody that listens to me to do is I want them to know and to understand that life is not about how much money you can get, although that is a very important part. I've learned this year is money is very important. We do live in a world where money in some way does make the world go around, and it is best not to underestimate the power of money sometimes, but don't keep that as your top priority. The top priority should be, and really is for everybody, whether they know it or not, is to be one with the source, with their creator. And I say, do whatever you need to do to get closer to the creator by all means necessary. And the world is a stage in this way. The world is a stage in the way that we don't really anticipate participation until we have to do something about it. You know, I was reflecting earlier today about just all of the things that have happened since March 2022 or March 2020. Everybody knows what happens and what happened in March of 2020. That was when the world went berserk. That was when insanity flooded the gates of reality. And we had no idea what was going on. We're still in the dark to some degree, but to keep it politically correct so I do not get marked or anything like that here on YouTube, then I have to say that, you know, we have all of the information available, et cetera, et cetera. When obviously, I don't know if that's the case, but that's what we'll have to say for now. With that being said, also, it has become clear to me since that time in 2020 that really everything is a gain or a loss, but at the same time, there's nothing to hold on to. And when you gain or lose, for lack of better terms, it's really about understanding and learning how to be detached from the outcome, but do everything in your power to ensure that the likelihood of success and ambition and prosperity is met to the fullest potential. And something that I've learned just going to this new gym recently, I started going to a new gym a little while ago, about a month or so now, almost. And something that I've learned at this new gym is that the people that have a genuine desire to be there and the genuine desire to not just look good and be pretty and all that stuff, but to genuinely be a healthier version of themselves and a better version of themselves, those are the ones that I see that are most successful in and committed to achieving their goals. It's funny, I've been thinking a lot about commitment as well recently, and I've thought about it from both perspectives of the sexes, I should say, as well. Is that the idea of commitment for females is very different than the idea of commitment for males. And there are pros and cons, different pros and cons for each male and female. And at the gym, this is very, very apparent. the females that are getting consistent commitment through attention but not having to give much in return are the ones that are they're just there for the stage. They're just there for the stage. But the ones that are they don't talk to anybody. They just do their thing. They just sit there and go to work, and they seem to just have a healthier mindset. And it's because they're committed not to external things and external validations, but they're committed to the internal. Because at the end of the day, what we have inside of us and what we have in us is the only thing that cannot be taken. We may be able to do and be most anything we want to be in this world. And by all means, go for it. Go for it. Be who you want to be. Be who you are. And be truthful with yourself. But also understand that there are people that don't, like, we have enemies in this world, especially as followers of Christ or as just spiritual people that are actually using discernment, not just saying that they're using discernment. Because you can, like, I was talking to somebody who considers themselves to be spiritual, and they're talking about discernment, and I started asking a little bit more questions, and it became very apparent that the question, my question was the message. And this goes back to the biggest lessons I've learned in this year, is learning how to ask the right questions and not have all the answers. It's like, you can hear things from people, from spiritual leaders, from anybody. I don't care who you hear it from. If it's not you, then what is it? And I don't think there's a trademark on truth, that's for certain, but there is a trademark on just who you are. Because who you are is just absolutely unique. There's nobody like you in this world, or ever will be, or ever was. And the only people that are worth idolizing, well, there's really no one worth idolizing, but there are people that you can look up to. And those people that I look up to, I think about those that I look up to, and most of them are, they're not politically correct. They're not, well, one was, the first one that I can think of, obviously, was Crucified, of course. And the second and the third that I can think of are just quote unquote demonized. But they're not demons, though. These are not people that are bitter. These are not people that are laying snares and nets. These are people that are honest about their intentions, and people that are committed to righteous works and trust that the work itself that they do will outweigh any kind of backlash that they get. So that is also what I want to encourage people to do and encourage people to be on this channel, is that this is a wicked world that we live in, and it's up to you to make a difference. And sometimes you're just not going to jive with people, and sometimes you're just not going to be able to be around people that want to be around you. And it's there's a difference between understanding what people really want from you and people that have a genuine desire to be with you and want to be around you. A lot of the times when I was growing up, a lot of the times people just wanted stuff from me. They just wanted things from me, and I began to think that everybody was like that. Especially as a person that experienced a lot of narcissism and narcissistic abuse, I thought most people were like that. And it wasn't until I was older that I grew more mature that I realized that there were actually people out there that had similar values and principles of mine. And especially on this channel, it's become more apparent to me that there are more people out there like that than I thought, which wasn't a lot to begin with. So I praise the Lord for that. It's a beautiful thing to see a lot of these people that I've communicated with on this channel over the past few months and listen to their stories and just think about all that they've had to go through to get to this point and to just be a part in this common life and to stand by each other, to encourage people to keep going, and to live a life worth living by building relationships rather than taking from them. So with that being said, I hope this message was useful, and I'm just really thankful to going into a new fresh year and getting a new perspective and hitting some new goals for the upcoming months, and just rebuilding a world that is worth living in and is less wicked today than it was yesterday. So, may peace be with you this day. Until next time, we'll see you.